What's going on, y'all? Just trying to get everything streaming right. Thank you for joining my live today. We're going to be talking about real estate investing. All right, going to get started in just a second. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. For those on TikTok, if you will, please tap your screen. That'll really help out the algorithm out. Again, if you would tap your screen. On Facebook and YouTube, you can't do that, but still, you can put something in the chats and I will respond to you as best as possible. But again, like I said, it's tap your screen. That really helps the algorithm out, helps bring people into the room. And today, we will be talking about real estate investing. How's everybody doing? It's been a minute since I've been on. I've been off for a minute, but now we're back in action. So good to see everybody. Again, we're going to be talking about real estate investing. All right. Yeah, you like that Rockets gear? I mean, I'll be rocking it all the time. So again, tap your screen because that brings people into the room. Because I guarantee you, there's a lot of people want to know about real estate investing and learning how to make passive income through real estate. So that's what I'm here to talk about today. So let me see who's new to my live tonight. That's a really good thing I like to know because I like to give thanks for those that are coming to my live. So if you want to know about real estate investing, especially if you're on whether you're on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok, let me know. Put something in the chat, say new, and that way I can know. Volperter124, how you doing today? Again, we're going to be talking about real estate investing. So if you're new, put it down in the chat so I can give you a shout out and say thank you for joining my lives because I want to teach people how to make passive income through real estate. That's really important nowadays, right? The way the economy is very uncertain, but I want to let people know that you can go out there and learn a skill set and start making passive income. So only one person is new to my platform. Interesting. 166 people. All right. Interesting. Never seen that before. So, all right. So since I got a lot of participation, yeah, no problem. Thank you for just that's what I want to know. Who all is new to my platform? That way I can just give a shout out to people. When it comes to real estate investing, I just tell people, again, there is a way that you can start getting income in, and you're not so dependent on one income. And that's corporate America. I was in that situation. And Presnia, thank you for joining my live. I thank you. Thank you for joining my live. I'm just teaching people how to go out there and make passive income through real estate. If you have any questions, put them in the chats. But look, I was that very new person back in 2000, got laid off from my corporate America job, didn't know what to do, didn't know which way to go, had a new child on the way, had a brand new house that I just purchased, and the rug was taken out from under me. And I had to figure out a way to make it happen. And let me tell you what, it was very nerve wracking, right? And then once I learned about real estate investing and I saw all the positive things and characteristics that it had, I went in and I went in hard, and I'm glad I did. And that was in 2000. Now, fortunately enough, I'm blessed to have several different single family houses, apartments, and doing other things too. So just showing other people that you can do the same thing. I even show on my platform a couple of properties that I have just to show you, just to give an example. So when it comes to real estate investing, guys, I tell people all the time, the name of the game is you want to buy ugly properties in good areas, right? That's how you do it because you want to buy these things below market value. You want to buy these things to where you're in a good position so you could turn around and refinance it. Buy ugly homes in good areas. There's ways you can find these properties. Now, when I say go out there and find these properties, you're looking for distressed properties that need roof work, siding, flooring, plumbing, electrical, right? Anything that needs some serious work, that's when you can go in there and buy it below market value. Or you're looking for deals where, hey, it's unfortunate, but us as real estate investors, we are what you call as a problem solver. So when I go out there, I'm finding problems or people that are in situations. For example, if somebody's going through a divorce, I bought several houses like that where somebody was going through a divorce and they wanted to separate quickly. So what do they want to do? They wanted to sell the property quickly below market value and it became a win-win. It became a win for me because I was buying it below market value, and I was getting it off their hands, and they were getting it sold. So it worked out very well for the both of us. So that's what I show people. I bought properties before where people had to move to another location, to another city. And that's how I was able to buy their properties, because they needed to sell it. The job was making a move. These are things that you want to do to be able to go out there and get these properties. And you don't have to find them all the time, even though there's a website that you can find these properties on. But look, you can find tax liens, foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, short sales, sheriff sales. You can go to the auctions, and there's also a website. And I give a lot of this information right there on my website too. But I mean on the in my ebook as well. Okay, so just to give you a heads up, guys, these are ways you can go out there and find these properties. I use wholesalers and realtors. You can do the same thing, right? I have wholesalers and realtors going out there helping me out. At the same time, I use a website that helps me out to find these deals, right? And like I said, the key is buying them below market value. And when you're buying them below market value, guys, you're getting deals. And right now, in this day and age, right now in this market, you can find deals. Look, as I stated earlier, you're buying properties where people are having issues and problems, and you're just buying their problems. That's what us as real estate investors that we do. We are buying people's problems. I can't say it any simpler than that. And that's what you're doing. So when that's taking place, again, they need to sell their house quickly, and you're buying at a discounted price. All right. And again, if you have any questions, please put them in the chats. That way I can answer them as best as I can. I do have a moderator. Thank you. But yeah, I like buying properties below market value. And look, when you do this and you start getting into real estate, I know this is one of the common questions asked. Hey, Eric, do I need a license to do this? You don't need a real estate license to do this. I used to think the same thing, that you need a real estate license, but you don't. You do not need a license, but you do need to be educated, because you do not want to go out there and get wrecked, because that can easily happen. But you don't need a license to do this. Somebody's asking me, what state would you buy in? Me personally, I'm down here in the South, which is Texas, but you can purchase anywhere, all right? Down south, your Texas, your Louisiana, your Georgia, typically just the cost of living is cheaper down here, whereas California and New York is more expensive. But these strategies that I teach, that's in my ebook and that I teach in my lives, they work anywhere. Your profits may be a little bit lower, right? But it still works. The profit range may be different. All right, but that's a good question. That's a good question, Joel Rodriguez 188. All right. Somebody says, not true, all high. Okay. However you want to think about it. All right. What's your YouTube page? My YT page is Section 8 Housing Investment Eric Young. That's my YT page if you want to go to that. I'll flip over my screen. I got great content. I got over like 100 videos, so you're more than welcome to check that out. There I am right there. That's my YT page, guys. Go to that. Check that out. A lot of good free content. And on there, I talk about low-income housing, and I talk about the Section 8 program, because about 80% of my tenants are on low-income housing, and I like that because it's guaranteed money. That's why I deal with the government, right? Even during the pandemic, I still got paid, where a lot of my colleagues and a lot of my real estate investor friends, they lost their properties because their tenants weren't on some type of system or program. Mine are, and I never lost any payment. When you deal with low-income housing, you're getting paid through the government, through HUD, and I get paid every single month. That's what I like about it, like I said. All right, so let me see. So yeah, I like dealing with that. And again, I want to state something too. I like the buy and hold strategy when it comes to real estate investing. I like the buy and hold strategy, and I like teaching people that. I know a lot of people want to look into the wholesaling and the fix and flip, and I'm not going to say it doesn't work. I've done the fix and flip. But when you can have the buy and hold strategy and start having passive income coming in every single month, because that's the name of the game, that's another good way to retire from corporate America. which is what I've done, right? I like having a check coming in every single month. I don't want to get rid of my assets. I want them to come in every single month. And when you say you have one house, right? Say you have one home, and that one home generates, I don't know, $500 a month. Just imagine if you had 10 homes, that's $5,000. That's a pretty good deal. That's pretty good to have $5,000 coming into your account every single month. So that's what you call passive income. You set it up one time, right? And then you just have income coming in every single month. Now you will have to answer phone calls from tenants saying something's broke or something like that, but you don't go out there. You hire people to do that stuff, all right? So somebody says, and most people don't think like you, and that's why they always got to find tenants. D Cooper 165, how you doing? Hope you're doing well this evening. If you have any questions, please put them in the chats. I'm just trying to teach people to go out there and make passive income through real estate. That way you're not so dependent on corporate America. You have a backup plan if something were to happen. You don't want to happen what happened to me, and I got laid off in 2000. There was no warning. There was no heads up. There was no message in advance. They just let me know, hey, look, we're letting you go. And you can do things like adding a second income or a side hustle to help you out on your personal finance so you don't get in that situation. All right? Tesla Rona asked me, how do you handle the taxes on your homes? Good question. So the way I handle my taxes at the very end is, for example, I hire a CPA. I have a CPA to help me out and give me assistance and help because I don't know this stuff. Now, I will tell you this. For example, I have a rent amount, right? I charge a rent amount. So let's just say it's $1,500. I'm just giving numbers. But after the $1,500, then I have my other costs, like my principal. That scared me, and I thank you though. Like my principal, my interest, my taxes, my insurance, all those things are included in the mortgage. So the difference between the $1,500 and, for example, the $1,500 plus the example, the $1,000, let's just say all the expenses, then that way that takes care of my property taxes, my insurance, and all that. So that's how that works. Thank you for the likes. I thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. Somebody kind of scared me right there because I didn't know what was going on with my phone, but appreciate it. All right. If y'all will, guys, if you tap your screen, that'll help the algorithm and it'll help bring people in the room. And look, is there anybody wanting to know how to? I know, like, I was in that situation to where I just got tired of living paycheck to paycheck, tired of having too much month at the end of my money. It got old after a while, right? And I started to think, I said, you know what? Am I really getting ahead? Now, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but the point is we all get to that point where we're saying, are we really getting ahead with corporate America? You have to start somewhere. We have to feed our family. I got that. What I'm saying is that you'll get to a point to where you're going to say, man, I'm not really getting anywhere. I got enough at the end of the check to pay my bills and that's it. I don't have anything more than that, And I got to that point and I had to sit back and think, you know what? I got to figure out another way. Am I going to do this for the next 25 years? Am I going to keep living paycheck to paycheck, which 72% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? Is this really working? If I'm living paycheck to paycheck now, when it comes to retirement, is it going to get any better? It doesn't, right? So you have to have it in your mind and to understand that, hey, look, if you don't make a change, it's not going to change, right? And I was in that position. I know what it's like living paycheck to paycheck, waking up early in the morning, staying up late at night, worrying about and tossing and turning, worrying about, hey, look, man, I got to have enough money to pay my rent. I got to have enough money to pay my car note. Things like that can worry a person, right? And then on top of that, most people don't even like their jobs. But we do it anyway, because that's what society teaches us. All right? So, somebody asked me, they say what I tell them is not true, then they ask me if I have anything for rent. That's beautiful. Looking for greater ways for financing real estate. That's a good question, BNZ225. looking for creative ways for financing your real estate. Yeah, there's a lot of creative ways to go out there, and you don't even have to use your own money. You can use very little bit of your own money. Let me give an example, BNZ225. When it comes into real estate, people really think that, man, I got to have hundreds of thousands of dollars and I got to pay cash for these homes. No, you don't. The name of the game is leveraging other people's money, right? Leveraging other people's money, that's the name of the game. When you can understand that, to leverage other people's money, right? Because that's what I've been doing for the last, I don't know, 20 something years. When you can leverage other people's money using private lending or hard money lending, these are just a couple of ways that I'm talking about to where you can make it happen. Or you can partner with people that have money that want to do real estate, but they don't have the time, but they would partner with you to make it happen. These are creative ways to make it happen. Sell stuff you don't use anymore or don't want anymore, and then therefore you could take that money and go out and use it to go get some real estate. There's all kind of creative ways. Look, I tell people like this, and this is the truth. When your why is strong enough, you'll make it happen. Yeah, that's really the best way I can put it. When your why is strong enough, if you want it bad enough, everything else will really kind of fall into place. All right? And when that happens, things will come into play. I was going through that situation too. I didn't have any money when I first started out, right? But I'm gonna tell you what I did. I was able to save some money, but plus I had this motorcycle that I wasn't really driving. I'd gotten it from off of Craigslist, and I turned around. I bought it from somebody that was in California. He was a doctor. He wasn't driving it much, so he sold it, and I got it at a way discounted price. Then when I had it, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep this long. I want to go out and get me a rental property. I turned around and sold it for almost 3 times what I bought it for. And then when I sold it for 3 times more than what I purchased it for, that was the money that was used for my down payment on my rental property. Another way I did it is what you call house hacking, and it goes like this. The home that I was living in at the time, because me and my wife had bought a brand new home in 1997. I still have it. I rent it out. And I was in there for 7 years. But what you can do is when you have a home, say you're in a home right now, you can pull the equity out. That's another way you could do it. You pull the equity out of your existing home if you're in one now. So those are just a couple of ways that you can go out there and make it happen. But people just don't understand. But that's why I come on my lives to teach people. That's why if you click the link above, I do have an ebook to help you out and give you guidance and assistance to go out there and get these deals. But I use hard money lending. I use private lending. These are just a couple of ways that you could go out there and partnering to go out there and get these deals because they're out there, right? You can partner with people that have the money. Any other questions? Any other questions before I move on? I don't know. I'm just trying to keep everything straight, trying to answer some questions here and there. If y'all will, and who's new to my platform, I'm just trying to teach people again about the process of how to go out there and get passive income through real estate. I'm going to tell you why I like real estate. Well, let me back up. Let me tell you why I did real estate. It's not about the sheetrock and the roof and the plumbing. It's not even about that. It's about getting my freedom back. Once I learned how to get into real estate and how to go out there and rent it out, and I started getting passive income coming in every single month, it really changed the dynamic of my finances dramatically because I started to understand that at one house at a time, I can get my freedom back. I got tired of missing my kids' events, right? My daughter's basketball game or my son's basketball game. I got tired of that. I got tired of working on every night or every day on a holiday. I got tired of working on the weekends. These things will wear you out over time. And I just started to realize, hey, look, let me find something else that's better out there that's going to get me my freedom back. And once I got one house, then I'd end up getting a second house. Then I got a third house, and it just snowballed from there to get to the point where I've collectively learned more knowledge, got more information, and I was able to scale my business. But what I'm trying to explain to people is you can do the exact same thing. And I'm not trying to impress you. I'm really trying to impress upon you that you can do the exact same thing that I am because I'm just like everybody else. I was at that stage living paycheck to paycheck, trying to make ends meet, tired of working for corporate America, tired of getting barely making by. And then when I got laid off, I did end up getting another corporate America job, but I soonly started to remember, hey, look, I don't want to be too comfortable. I don't want to get too comfortable in this. I got to make something happen. And that's what I teach people. You can go out there and find these properties. They're out there. Now, how bad you want it, that's up to you. That's totally up to you. But I tell people again, it's not about getting a license in real estate investing. That's not the name of the game. Where it really comes into play is be educated. That's what you want. I like to buy, I'll show you one of my properties just for an example. I love buying ugly homes in great areas. And what I like about real estate is not only just the passive income, you don't need a license to do this. You do need a team, right? And when I speak about team, you need some realtors to help you out. I would get with some wholesalers to help you out. You need some lenders on your team, right? These are things you'll get as you go along. So don't feel overwhelmed. I'm just letting you know in advance, these are the things that you need. You do need continuous education. I've been doing this for 23 years. I can assure you that I'm still learning the process. I'm still learning the game, right? And I learn all the time, and that's what I like about real estate. There's always, and I'm just a continuous learner. I'm a life learner. The more I learn, the better. But the real rubber meets the road is when you start to rent these properties out and you start getting passive income every single month. Everything else is just unrealized capital gains. Like I bought a house for $55,000, had to put $55,000 worth of rehab into it, and then guess what? I rented it out, right? I rented this thing out, and then once I rented it out, I started getting cash flow. So that's the type of thing that you want to do. When you can start getting cash flow, you start making things happen. Let me show you one of my properties. I'll just show you as an example of what I'm talking about. And like I said, you can do the exact same thing I'm doing. I'm going to show you. I'm going to flip my screen around and show you this deal that I did. Let me show you. I'm going to show you a property that I have right here that I've already rented out. I'm not selling it or anything, but let me show you what it looks like. All right. And you could do the same thing. I bought it below market value. Watch. All right. If y'all like this so far, can you tap your screen? That lets me know you like this information. Do y'all like this so far? Let me know by tapping your screen because I'm showing you, for example, how I got this property below market value. Let me see who's giving me the likes. Hold on. I get a lot of good comments. People say I love to talk. Okay, well, that's good. If you like to stay with me, then fine, because you're going to hear me talk. How do you learn? All right, rent comps will barely pay the mortgage. We'll get into that Behe group. I have a 513 round right now. You think we should? Okay, hold on. Thank you for the likes. For those that are giving me the likes, I want to say I appreciate it. D. Cooper is giving me likes. I thank you so much. I can see that at the bottom. What I'm talking about. This is a property that I bought in 2019. Needed a lot of work, right? Look at this. You can just see already that everything is just outdated on this house. Now, when I saw this, I knew, okay, this is a deal. Before I went to the house, I already knew what it was worth. It was worth $240. It's because of the website that I use. I use a website. It's in my ebook, by the way. But this website helps me out and help me do the comps for the rents. It helps me do the comps to let me know how much the price range is for this house, right? So look how ugly this house is, but that's okay. Now, the reason why I got such a deal, oh, by the way, I bought this for $120,000. The reason why I got this for such a good deal, because the landlord wanted to move because he had a personal issue, right? So I was able to get it below market value because he knew he had to sell it quickly. A wholesaler brought this to me. Does this make sense? Tap your screen if this makes sense so far. I'll show you the after pictures, but look, it's the type of money that I use, the type of loan that I use to be able to get this fixed. That's how I got funding for this deal. Does anybody, thank you, D. Cooper, I appreciate it. You're the only one giving me likes, so it looks like me and you are one-on-one, mano y mano. I love it when my TikTok followers listen to me. So anyway, this is what the house looks like. It's very outdated, right? It's very outdated, but watch. I'm going to show you something. You can turn this around and make it look very nice. Thank you, D. Cooper, once again. Cynthia Moore, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Man, it feels good when you can help people out and they really appreciate it. Thank you. So I use a hard money loan to get these deals. I mean, to fund these deals, and you can too. A hard money lender. By the way, I have one in my ebook that I recommend, but you can always Google it to the preferred one that you want in your area. So look at this house. It was just I make my houses clean and functional. By the way, I don't get into it. I don't make it real fancy. I'm going to show you the after pictures in just a second because I got to fix my screen. But if you will. My goal was on here to get 75,000 likes. Looks like I'm far away from it. And I say that because I'm on here for a good while and I like to get good content. And I know that there's more than 32 people that would love this information. So if y'all don't mind, let's help reach that goal. Help Eric reach that goal of getting 75,000 because I am very far away from there. But most people are not going to do it. So I understand. Ruben Booker says, I love it. The ebook is Ruben Booker, I see you, man. I appreciate you. And you did say the other day that you was going to get it. I do remember seeing you in my chats the other day. Hopefully that was good information. But I got some other projects coming up too. But yeah, hopefully that book was good for you. I know I haven't heard any complaints about it. It is a good book because I put everything into it. Let me flip my screen around because I need to get some stuff right first, and then I'll show you the after pictures. All right? Let me see. Does anybody like this information? Does this make sense? Can you tap the screen? Again, my whole goal is to teach you guys about getting passive income through real estate. So I'm just trying to see if y'all want this information. Good thing, man, it's free. Somebody said it's a FHA 203 loan. Okay, user 18247. Actually, what that is, a 203 loan is for your primary home. You can get it fixed up and everything, but it has to be your primary home. The hard money loans are typically for, and they are just structured for real estate investing for your investment side. Let me flip my screen around and show you the other thing I was telling you about. Let me show you the after pictures. Do I get any likes? Let me see, because I don't know. At 4.8, I don't think people like this information. I guess we'll cut this close. I got to go to Clubhouse, and I'm gonna finish off. I'm streaming on a couple of them. So look, this is my free time. I'm trying to help people out and trying to show them, hey, look, you can make some passive income. I'm showing you for free. I'm giving you free game right now with my time. I don't know. Maybe it's not valuable to most, which it's not, which I understand. That's why I'll cut this close. I'm just gonna do this one, and then I'll call it done. I just try to show people, hey, look, are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Because I guarantee you 33 people are living paycheck to paycheck, or else they wouldn't be on this live. So I know I'm giving great game, but somebody mentioned something about the rent, but I want to show you something. Watch this. I'm going to flip my screen around as I do and give you this free information. And let me show you on the other side because people want this game and information. Watch. This is important now. I'm going to show you something because this is where it gets even better. This is where you start to make the money. But watch this. Now, again, it's the type of loan that I use to go out there and make this happen, right? You can use hard money lender. You can use private lending. You can partner. There's different type of ways to make this happen. Now, watch this house. I used to always be concerned about, man, if I buy me a rental property and I do this, am I going to be able to rent this thing out? Watch this. When your products look like this, and I'm not trying to brag, that's not my point here. When you have good products like this, it'll rent out with no problem. I can't tell you how many people try to come up to me and want to rent this thing out. Now the only problem was what? Who do I rent this out to? Because I got to screen so many people. I could keep everything clean and functional. Now, by the way, I didn't take money out of my pocket, out of my bank account and say, hey, look, let me get the rehab costs and foot this. No, the type of loan that I use takes care of the purchase price, closing costs, and the rehab costs. That's where this is a beautiful way to do this. And then once I fix it up, I do what you call a double close, and then I get into a conventional loan, and then I rent it out. Now, somebody made a good point about the high mortgage or something they were saying. I'll flip it back because you made a good question. You had a big concern, which I understand. But I want y'all to see this, though. Look, you see, doesn't the property speaks for itself? Now you see why I don't have a problem renting out my properties. Does this make sense? Tap your screen if this makes sense, guys. If you're on TikTok and this makes sense, tap your screen. I don't know. That's not a lot of love out here. I only got 5.5 likes. Man. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. Look, I did that on my last live. I didn't even stay long because I didn't get a lot of likes. So I was thinking people didn't want this information. So I was like, you know what? I went to Clubhouse. I went, boom, shut it off. Went right over to Clubhouse. I was on their Clubhouse for 2 hours because they love this game and information. But let me explain something. Somebody asked a very good question about the mortgage rate. I think they were saying. Hold on, let me flip my. How do you get started with no money and bad credit? Okay, you can get started with no money and bad credit. Okay, when you're doing hard money lending, some of these lenders, they don't. It's not about your credit. It's about the deal. They're more concerned about the deal more than they are your credit. Okay, just call them. It's free to call these people and ask them. Now, if you know you have bad credit, this is what I tell people. That's good that you know that, and that's a concern for you. But get it fixed because your credit is so important. So many people don't understand how powerful your credit is. It can get you a lot of things and leverage on these deals if you have good, decent credit. If you know it's bad, get with a third-party credit company and they can help you out. If it takes a little money, which it does, get it fixed because it can leverage you to that next level, right? All right. But I want to answer somebody's question because they had a really good question about rent comps will barely pay the mortgage. Argu. Okay, that's a good question. You're asking about the mortgage. Watch this. There are different tenant platforms that you can rent out to. For example, insurance companies, just to name one, because I use about 5 different types, right? Let's just say your mortgage is, I don't know, I got one that's $1,200, $1,250, right? I got one that's $1,250. Let me flip my screen around for those that are on other platform. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. All right. So for example, I've got a mortgage on one of mine that's $1,250 a month. That's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And HOA, excuse me. So there's 5 things, right? I rent the thing out for $2,000 a month. There's nothing wrong with that. Because as property tax goes up, as insurance goes up, as school tax goes up, so does your rent to compensate for the inflation. That's what makes real estate so beautiful. It goes along with inflation. So when everything else goes up, so does the rent. No different than food prices. When gas prices go up, food prices go up too. Why? Because of the transportation it takes for the food to be delivered at location to location. Understand how real estate works instead of giving questions that don't make sense, and then it becomes a better understanding, and that way you can make it much further. I'm just saying. It's a good question, but kind of understand, and that's good that you're asking those questions. But the good thing about real estate is it goes up with inflation. It's a hedge against inflation, to be exact, and you can look that up. Real estate, one of the good things is, like I said, it's a hedge against inflation. So when everything else goes up, so does real estate. My rent has to go up because I got to compensate for the insurance rates that are going up, the property tax, the insurance. So hopefully that help you out. Can you buy a house under Section 8, then rent it for passive income? Can you buy a house under Section 8, then rent it out for passive income? No, you cannot. You cannot do that. Unlike stocks and cars and gadgets, real estate increases in value. Yeah. So real estate goes up in value, right? It appreciates, right? And the good thing is, as real estate goes up and the tenant is paying it down, you can take what you call that equity capture and go off and go get more deals. That's what I do all the time. That's how I'm able to scale my business to get to that next level. All right. Any other questions about real estate investing? And I'm just trying to show people again how to go out there and make passive income through real estate. Guys, the good thing about this is, for example, like I stated before, is, you're learning a skill set. Learn a skill set where there's a problem in the marketplace and you'll get a return. When I'm able to go out there and buy these properties below market value, and then I'm able to rent it out because people need shelter. You're presenting something to the marketplace where there's a need, and then you'll get something in return. That's what I'm stating when I say that. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Thank y'all for the likes. I thank you for the gifts. Appreciate you for the hearts. Thank you on YouTube and Facebook. Any other question? All right, good question, Janice. What is the first thing to do invest in real estate? Learn as much as you can. Educate yourself. That's the best thing to do. And get the education that you need. Now, here's where some people get a hiccup. You have to invest in yourself, right? Whether that's mentorship, getting in with a real estate investment group, whatever it may be. The best way to scale and get to that next level is being able to invest in yourself. And if that takes money, it takes money. If it takes time, then it takes time. It's going to take both. So invest in yourself. That's the first thing you need to do. Any suggestion on hard money for long-term rentals? No. Okay. So hard money loans are really designed for short-term use. I want to make that clear. Hard money loans are designed for short-term use, not for long-term use. Because the number one key is hard money loans have a high interest rate. So you don't want to be in it long. Every hard money loan that I do, ever since 2000, I'm only in it for no more than 4 months. If you're in it for a year, you're in trouble. Don't be in a hard money loan for a year, unless it's an apartment complex that's got like 150 units that can support it. That's a different story. But the point is, hard money lender is only supposed to be for short-term use. All right. How can I invest with lots of cash or taking out a loan? How can I invest without lots of cash or taking out a loan? Partnering with people that have the money. You can partner with people that have the money, but they don't have the time and they want to be passive. That's how you do that. That's how I did it. Is there any program to help in getting some assistance? Assistance in what? And are you a Section 8 family? Because I'm not talking about Section 8 family today. But if you're talking about assistance in real estate, then nobody's going to, like I said, if you want to know, there's a program, I teach it, plus there's my ebook. If you click the link right there where I got 7,000 likes, which I'm trying to get 75,000, which I'm far from it. If you click the link up there, that's your beginning stage right there. I got an ebook out that can help you out. I think it's option number 3 or 4. So get the ebook. Just join, never knew about your page. Well, thank you, Janice 645. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. All right, you can refinance after 4 months. Yeah, you can refinance. Okay, so this is what happens. Mark Mac 918 or anybody else is asking. When it comes to real estate investing and you get these hard money loans, what you're going to do is you're going to get a hard money loan, takes care of the purchase price, closing costs, and the rehab, right? What's going to take place is this. After you fix it up, right, and they're going to loan you the money to get it fixed up, they're going to loan you the rehab costs. Once all of it's done, now you've got a new value on it, a higher value because you added more value to it. You're going to do a double close. That means you're going to get a conventional loan on top of it. And the conventional loan at a higher amount is going to pay off the hard money loan. And then when you got that conventional loan, that's when you're going to rent it out, your property, and you're going to get your, I don't know what it is, 6% at a 30-year fix. Never do an adjustable mortgage. I want to tell you, never do an adjustable mortgage rate. Always do a fixed rate term. All right. And I do a 30-year all the time. Somebody said ebook is, thank you, Alonzo644 says ebook is fire. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Got a lot of good information in that ebook. Lots of good information. VW Style says, I purchased your book right around this time in the morning, and now I can't even find it. VW style. Reach out to me. All right, we're gonna help you out. Show me a receipt or tell me your email. Let me make sure you purchased it. Don't worry. If you already purchased it, you can't find it. It's a digital product. You should be able to find it. But if not, we'll get with you. But you need to email me. Reach out to me. I got you. That is VW style. All right. Reach out to me. My credit matter of fact. My VA, she's in here right now, so she could be able to help you out. Reach out to her, and she'll help you out. And we need to help you find your ebook. All right. Let's see here. To start in the right, yeah. Do you do any commercial investing? Yes, I do. High Roller 2021. I do commercial. And now, when I say commercial, I'm not talking about a shopping complex. I'm talking about apartment complexes. That's the only commercial I do. So I have two in Augusta, Georgia right now, two apartment complexes totaling 232 units, and I'm working on a couple more right now. And now when I do these are not by myself. I'm partnering with people. See, watch this. I'm practicing what I'm preaching. On the single families, I used to partner, but I don't anymore. I do it by myself. But the apartment complexes, because my money's not that long, I partner with people that are doing it. So that's how I get into that. But yes, I do commercial, and I like it. I enjoy it. Guys, if you like this, tap your screen. That lets me know you like this information and it's good stuff. That on TikTok, that is. I don't know how to do it on this other platform, but on TikTok, if you like this information and it's good content, tap your screen. That lets me know you like it and that you want me to stay on. Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Are you tired of not being able to afford things? Do you have anything to show? Are you 40? Are you 30 years old? Are you 40 years old, 50 years old, still in the rat race, trying to make ends meet, and you're just spending? Are you getting anywhere? Are you successful in getting anywhere? Are you answering to somebody else? Do you get to take vacation when you feel like it? Do you even just get to take off one day when you feel like it without getting nagged by somebody? Do you see the point here? Do you see where I'm getting? Are you tired of having too much month at the end of your money? I mean, these are the things that got me to the point and got me thinking, hey, look, there's another way. Actually, there's a better way out there to do what I'm doing. I got tired of making somebody else rich. It said, it's my turn now. I want to be able to get something in return now. How can I invest $45,000 I have in liquid? Okay, so Omega King 369, good question. I will tell you this. Don't pay cash for a home. If you got $45,000, what you can do is you can at least get you two houses, at least here in the South. And I say that on average, paying 20% down. I'm just going to give you an example. If it's a $100,000 home and you got to put 20% down, that'll get you two houses. That'll get you two houses on average. That's not bad. And if you do it right, you can get, in this day and age, in this market, you can get easily or roughly $500 to $600 cash flow on each house. So that means you can get up to $1,000 to $1,200 every month on the first. That's not bad. $1,200 passively, by the way, passively. So that means all you got to do is just set it up the first time, and after that, you get money coming in. I deal with different tenant bases. I deal with low-income housing, Section 8. I deal with event spaces. I do traveling nurses. I do insurance companies. And it's a beautiful thing when you can start getting passive income coming in. Very good thing. All right? That's what I'm teaching people, how to do the same thing that I'm doing. If you like this information, if you have any more questions, tap your screen. Also, guys, I have an ebook out. If you're trying to find a way and you don't know how to get started in real estate and you need some guidance and you need some help, click the link above. And when you click the link above, that's where my ebook is. And by the way, over here, it's in the title section. Right up underneath it, I have a link for my ebook, right? A lot of good information. You just heard some people on here. They said, hey, that ebook is, that's why I put it in there. That ebook is good. That ebook is really, really good. Good information, good content to get you started, right? And if you want to go further, I do mentorship, all right? But what's sad is I saw a statistic today. I think I saw it on CNN or heard it somewhere that the statistic says 71% of the Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And it's a very sad situation. And I will tell you why, because What people don't realize and understand is that you have a way out, because I was in that exact same situation. There is a way out. And that way out is this: learn a skill set, find a problem in the market, and you can help yourself because nobody else is going to do this for you. So sometimes people don't want to take accountability or they just don't know. And that's why I'm on TikTok teaching people, hey, look, you can make money and start getting passive income through real estate. It works. Now, whether you believe it or not is another story, but I'm just telling you it works. And I've been doing it for 22 years. And I'm going to continue to do it. Next year is 2023. I'm going to get more properties. Not because I'm better. It's because I got a skill set and nobody's going to be able to take that away from me. When you have a skill set, it cannot be taken away. If you keep thinking you can save money to the next time, I've been there. I tried that. Your money just, poof, it's gone. Just that quick. Just as quick as you get it. Has anybody gotten their paycheck and they're like, hey, look, let me pay these bills off and then I'm going to save like maybe about $600, $700. Is anybody in that situation where they can't do that? Well, I know I was in that situation. You get your check and then it's spent before you even can do anything. It's already gone. We've all been in that situation. So I'm just telling you, there is a way out. Again, learn a skill set like real estate investing, present it to the marketplace, because people need to have their homes bought, right? Because there's a situation. And then guess what? You turn around, fix it up. People need to get these things rented. People want to live in properties that for rent. That's where you're filling the gap right there in the marketplace. You're renting your properties out. I do it all the time. Any other questions? You can put them in the chats. Put them in the chats. But you don't need a license. Like I said, you don't need a license to do this. Again, I used to think you had to have a license to do this. You don't. You don't need a license. You can do this, but you do need the education. Matter of fact, let me show you. I like to show people this because I'm always educating myself. That's why I do this, to show you. This book is no longer available, but I want to show you something. For those that know, I'm old school. This guy, Carleton Sheets, he was the big guru back in the 90s. No money down payment, step-by-step manual. Carleton Sheets. I bought this back in 1997. I think it was like $127. Here's his CD. He also had some tapes. But I'm showing you this to show you two things. A, I invest in myself. Let me show you this over here. Whoops. A, I'm showing you because I invested in myself. That's the name of the game. You want to invest in yourself to get to that next level. And I bought this too. That was it there. I made sure I invested in myself to get to that next level. I had to. Unfortunately, see, he's in Indiana at the time, and this is no longer available. But I said to myself, if I want to get to that next level, I need somebody to teach me. And it wasn't until then that I was able to excel, right? And that's when I started to say, man, I got it. That's when that light bulb went off and it said, this real estate game works. But it was after I went through him learning it. Now, he's in Indiana. I'm here in Texas. I wasn't able to actually go over there and go to his classes and stuff, but I did take some of his learning. It did work, but I went through some other mentors too that were local, so that did help. I bought my first investment property in September, planning to buy another one this coming up year. Paulicioso, awesome, congratulations. Congratulations that you were able to buy your first investment property. By the way, where are you at? Swazo, Polly, I'll just say Polly. Where are you located? What city and state? That's good. Congratulations. And hopefully you'll buy many more if that's what you want to do. Or take another route. Credit is not the best as well. Let me see here. What type of loan for first rental purchase with good credit? Okay, Syrup. Look, I just recommend people to do this. If you have good credit and you have decent credit, a lot of times you can use hard money lending. This is in my ebook. All right, that's why I put it in my ebook, to help you out and give you guidance, to help you out, and to change and shorten your learning curve. Learn from my mistakes, piggyback off my success. It'll get you there a lot quicker, at least quicker than what I did. But that ebook is a good source to get you started. right? If you have bad credit, I even put resources in there to help you if you have bad credit. A credit company I would recommend you go to, hard money lender, real estate softwares. Now these all cost extra, extra fees, but it's worth it in the long run. Okay. But if you don't have good credit, I say get with a credit repair company. Again, it's in my ebook to help you out. Another company that I use that's not in my ebook was Lexington Law Firm. Some people don't like that, I guess, but I used them, and so that's why I could recommend them. But I don't know, everybody's different. But if your credit is not good, I just tell people get your credit fixed. People don't realize having bad credit can hinder you, right? You need to have good credit, whether you get into real estate or not. Have good credit so you're not being charged these extra fees and getting charged higher interest rate. They charge you higher interest rate because you lack the knowledge and of credit. So get that right just for that simple fact. And if that means you have to get with a third-party credit company, it's worth it. All right? Sorry, I didn't mean to go on so much. Are you familiar with DSCR loans, debt service, I think credit loans? Yeah, I'm a little bit familiar with it. They're not really looking at your, those are pretty good to get into. I'm in VA. I have 2 homes. One I live, another one's someone's living in. That's good. Where do I advertise a condo for short-term rental? Okay, if you have a condo for short-term rental, if you want to advertise it, here's what I recommend. Well, first, I ask y'all this. I don't mind giving support and help, but I ask for the same thing in return. And all it takes is just a couple of taps, because I'm sure more than 38 people want to know how to make extra income. All right? So as I give my time, free time, I ask if y'all can do the same thing. Just show a little bit of support if I can get some taps. No taps? No problem. No taps? Let me see who's giving me taps. Because everybody's asking me questions, which I don't mind, but I like to say, hey, look, can I get some support too? Can y'all give me some support too as I help y'all out for free? Do you want to change your financial situation? Because it can be changed, but it's up to you. Nobody's going to come and say, hey, look, we're going to help you out and drop you a couple million. It doesn't work like that. All right. So where do I advertise a condo for short-term rental? There's a couple places you can go. I tell people, hey, look, you can go to Zillow.com. That's one good place, Zillow.com, Craigslist, Facebook. Those are just a few. The good thing is there's so many ways out here nowadays, where back then in 2000, I only had a few ways to make really effective ways to make it happen. But nowadays, you got a lot of websites you can go to, or you can do this. This is really powerful. Matter of fact, I'm going to wait to get to 10,000. I'm going to wait to get to 10,000 likes, because that'll let me know y'all like this information. Do y'all like this so far? Because I'm going to tell you another way that I use that's really, really good. Tap your screen. Because I'm going to tell you another way. But you asked me what platforms or what ways to advertise. And there's other tenant bases I could tell you too. I can give you some good information, but when y'all tap the screen here on TikTok, that'll let me know you like it. I can't say it on YouTube, on this other platform. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Okay, so another way that it's a little white little cardboard. It's not really it's like styrofoam. I don't even know if it's styrofoam, but anyway, it's got 2 little metal legs on it. Stick one in the front yard, put your home for rent, put your name, dimension of the property, your name, and how much for rent, and then put it at each intersection. Your phone is going to be ringing like this. I do this all the time. It's very inexpensive. It may cost you like $4 a sign, and I go to every intersection next to my house that I'm renting it out to. Do it on a Friday night or a Friday evening, or I say Friday morning, should I say. And the reason why I say intersection is because that's when people are at the stoplights or the stop signs and they're turning to the right and they're looking. That's what you want to do. That's free advertisement right there on that corner right there. Free advertisement. All right. Ever thought about investing in retail spaces? High roller 2020, 2021. No. And I'm going to tell you, well, yes, I did think about it, and here's why I will not do that. Retail spaces, that's just too risky in my opinion. It's harder to do like a cash out refi and things like that. See, with apartment complex, let me give you an example. I can purchase this thing and I can sell it based on the NOI. NOI stands for net operating income. See, when you're doing retail spaces, your crowd is smaller, your audience is smaller. For apartment complexes and single family houses, it's greater because people need a place to live. People don't need to have a place to do business. I can reach out more people that need a place to live, that need shelter because that's a necessity of mankind, than they need of a business. It's just, to me, in my opinion, too risky, right? And when it comes to like apartment complexes, I can bump up the rents by doing other little small things like pet deposit. I can put little valet services in there. The parking spots, if they're up at the front, I can charge a little bit extra. Man, I'm giving y'all some good gems right now. I'm giving y'all some good gems. But these are the ways you can increase the NOI, which can increase the value of the apartment complex, which you can sell it at a higher price. Just little, there's small ways you can tweak it. The loan app, the lease application, you can bump that up a little bit. All these little small fees and increases like that is powerful. All right. That was good information I just gave you. Tap your screen if you like this. I'm trying to buy a rack more without putting any more money in. Can you assist? I need a partner. I do not assist with my I get this question asked a lot of times. Hey, look, I can't even get likes on my live. How am I going to get people to pay me my money when I need to get paid? I'm just joking with you. Somebody says, you're welcome for the 10,000 chat. All right. Thank you so much, Live for Life. Thank you. Any other questions? I got a very small crowd today. I usually have more people than this. I don't know what's going on. Is my stuff not good enough? Y'all don't like it? Not good stuff? I don't know. I'm in a great place, DMV. All right, yeah, but I don't invest with my followers. I get this question asked a lot, but I don't do that. Now, what I can suggest you do is this. I got a great ebook, and that ebook can get you to that next level of learning. Trust me, that ebook is very, very good. Think about it. But I get that asked quite a lot. Hey, look, can you partner with me? I won't do that. I got some partners already that I deal with anyway. So yeah, but thank you for the offer though. Yeah, but I won't do that. Any other questions before I get off? Any questions?